Coming up on WMBD News at noon, a car crashes into a Twin Cities restaurant and it's all caught on camera. We're giving you a look at the surveillance footage. Also, Peoria sees record-breaking election turnout. We're breaking down the numbers from this week's primaries. And President Trump responds after some scathing allegations from his former lawyer. Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Shelbey Roberts. Our top story this afternoon, we now have stunning surveillance footage from when a driver crashed her car into the Moe's restaurant in Normal. Tuesday morning, customers were eating at this restaurant. Take a look at this. That's when a woman drove her SUV into the building there. 4 people were hurt, including the driver. 3 people were taken to the hospital. A 4th person was treated on scene. We're still working to learn why that woman hit the building in the first place. Illinois State Police are now investigating a Creve Coeur mobile home fire. WMBD News was the first on the scene when that fire happened Tuesday. Several crews were called to Cedar Ridge Village just before 6 a.m. A neighbor told officers that they watched 2 people leave shortly before that fire started. Now investigators are working to find out what led up to that incident. The state fire marshal and East Peoria arson investigators are assisting ISP. A new report shows that Illinois systems are not doing as well as they should when it comes to caring for babies. It ranks Illinois among the lowest of states in providing good health, strong families, and positive learning experiences. But Central Illinois nonprofit leaders say that they're working as a region to improve some of these standards of care. Now they're starting with a tiered ranking system, and that process using the letters G, R, O, and W. It's the first of its kind of a report that shows how Illinois is under the getting started category with improving babies' overall well-being.
We're trying to build a strong community, and where that happens is with individual families. The stronger the family, the stronger the community. And so what role that we can have in that is by educating, equipping, and preparing these families for the future.
You can find that full 48-page report and how the state fared over on our website. Head to ciproud.com. A Bloomington man faces charges after police say he gave drugs to a person who later died of an overdose. 35-year-old Christopher Barker, right there on your screen, was arrested for a drug-induced homicide. Police say that Barker gave the drug to 44-year-old George Darnell, who died of an overdose last November. Barker is in jail on a $1 million bond. Bloomington residents are learning more about what's going on in their community with the help of police. Police Chief Clay Wheeler held his bi-monthly meeting yesterday to let residents know about recent crime in the area. More than 50 community members learned about the crime rates and ways to help prevent some of those future incidents. Police say that being a role model to teens and children helps out.
Chief Wheeler was excellent in his presentation, and he offered a lot of different ideas about what the police are going to do going forward and what we can do as a community to help. And it was really great to see this room full of people who have one thing in mind, and that's to improve and manage and keep Bloomington Normal as a great place to live.
Now, Chief Wheeler says that meetings like this provide transparency that is much needed to help improve the community. Criminal charges have now been filed against 3 Illinois Department of Corrections employees. Giovanni Rodriguez, Jason Kramer, and James Feike face charges of misconduct as well as battery. The Illinois State Police, along with IDOC, say that around February 2nd, the 3 of them knowingly caused harm to an inmate at the Pontiac Correctional Center. Voter turnout increased in this year's Peoria City Council at-large primary election. 15 candidates were listed on that ballot. Once the votes are officially tallied, that number will be narrowed down to the 10 names who will advance to the next election in April. Voter turnout came in at 10.7%, and while that may not seem like much, the Election Commission says that they've never seen voter turnout over 10% for a city council at-large primary.
We were actually about a percentage point higher than we were the last time we had a citywide primary for city council at large, which hasn't been since 2007 when it was the only thing on the ballot. And not only we were a percentage point, we were actually about 1,000 more voters, actually a little more than 1,000 more voters than we were last time.
Thomas Bride says that the higher number of candidates increased interest in voters going to those polls. Parents are sharing their thoughts on Peoria Public Schools' proposed changes to class start times. Right now, middle and high schoolers start school at 7:30 a.m. Primary students start at 8:30. And during a forum yesterday, district leaders proposed 3 new options for the community. Either a 30-minute delay, a 45-minute delay, or simply swapping start times between primary, middle, and high schoolers. District leaders say that older students need more sleep to help perform better, which is what prompted this change. Some parents have expressed their concerns about athletic schedules, work schedules, as well as extracurricular programs. Parents also say that the district should review how other schools have made the change.
I do believe that following models of other schools who have already made this transition will really be helpful, because I'm a person who believes in why reinvent the wheel. So if there's success being had in other locations, I think we should definitely use those as a model.
And now there are 2 other forums being planned before leaders bring that final proposal to the board. We've got those dates and times over on our website. Just head to ciproud.com. People in Peoria now have a new option when it comes to finding Mexican sweetbread and other tasty treats. El Gordo Mexican Bakery is a new family-owned business on Main Street. While it's not the first Mexican bakery in the area, it does offer some unique and traditional pastries. Any bread that's left over at the end of each day is donated to local churches. The owner says that he plans on opening a Twin Cities location sometime in the future. And the Chillicothe Police Department is finding unique ways to help a local nonprofit. It's a story that's making us Central Illinois proud. The department is selling stuffed animals of K-9 Officer Dark, that's his name, to benefit Cuddles for Kids. That group is dedicated to providing resources and toys to comfort different children in need. Now, you can purchase a mini K-9 Officer Dark for $15. For every 2 stuffed animals sold, the department says it'll donate 1 to Cuddles for Kids. You can purchase one by calling the department or by direct messaging K-9 Dark's Facebook page. Still ahead, explosive testimony from President Trump's former attorney. Hear how the president is now responding.